That was Red Silhouettes by Legion of Saints. Hello and thanks for listening. My name is Roman DeFranco and I'll be with you for the next 60 minutes. Stick around, I got some great music and stories to share with you, including what I would have said for awards night and the Stanley Cup playoff recap. In the meantime, here's Saturn Part 2 by Keone and Jake Adnan. That was Saturn Part 2 by Keone and Jake Adnan. For those of you guys who don't know, I was going through my iPhone 6, and for some reason I found out that the Saturn Part 2 song was actually in Apple Music. Isn't that something, guys, huh? Here's 24 by Elementals. That was 24 by Elementals. Here's Far Away by Cynthia Toro. CKDJ 1079, Ottawa's new music. That was Far Away by Cynthia Toro. Well, if you were seeing my playoff bracket, I was expecting the Tampa Bay Lightning, the President's Trophy winners, to win the Stanley Cup. But unfortunately, though, this was not meant to be. It just didn't work out, as the underdog Columbus Blue Jackets ended up sweeping the Tampa Bay Lightning out of the playoffs. And with that, Tampa Bay becomes the first team since the President's Trophy-winning Vancouver Canucks to be eliminated in the first round. And the Los Angeles Kings did that, and they went on to march into the Stanley Cup in 2012. You have better luck next time, Tampa Bay. And anywhere else, the Winnipeg Jets and the St. Louis Blues are tied at 2 games apiece, as does the Boston Bruins and the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Colorado Avalanche have a really good hold on the series against Calgary Flames, and the Avalanche could win their first playoff series for the first time in 11 years since 2008. And don't forget, the Avs still had Joe Sakic, and the Washington Capitals lead the series against Carolina 2-1. Columbus will play the winner of the Boston-Toronto series, and the Islanders will play the winner of the Caps-Hurricane series after sweeping the Pittsburgh Penguins. So, yeah, will there any be Canadian teams in the second round this year? Maybe yes, maybe not.
CKDJ Traffic.
One of the great things about doing an evening show is that there are hardly any collisions to talk about. Today's no different. There are no incidents to report this time, so it's smooth sailing out there. Let's keep it that way, Ottawa drivers. But if you do see anything happening on the roads tonight, then call me on the hotline at 613-750-2535 or tweet us at hashtag OTTTraffic.
CKDJ 1079.
That was aforementioned by the Bearings. Please join me in giving a shout out to Kristen Parker, who I just met at MT recently. She was a really nice woman who I worked with over the last 10 years. Here's Dream in Blue by Jad. CKDJ 1079, Ottawa's new music. Have you ever watched the Oscars and asked yourself, did the losers write a speech? Did you ever wonder what the speech would have sounded like? Well, I have a pretty good idea. The Algonquin College Radio Awards happened last night, and I was one of the top 3 nominees for Best Local News Story. I was pretty nervous when they were about to announce the winner, and I didn't win. But let's just pretend that I did win, and this is how the evening would have gone.
Here are the nominees for Best Local News Story, sponsored by MyFM.
Best Local News Story, Romano DeFranco.
There are a lot of unhappy people regarding the changes to the Ontario Autism Program, or OAP for short. I had the chance to speak to a fellow Algonquin College student who is the mother of Noah, a 7-year-old with autism. Here's what she had to say.
My name's Laura. I'm a second-year DSW student, and I have a 7-year-old son on the autism spectrum.
Chris Valet.
Over 6,000 children are admitted to our children's hospital every year, including sufferers of eating disorders. According to a Healthy Living and Weight survey, 40% of Canadian girls in grade 10 perceive themselves as being too fat.
Matthew Vernon.
Renfrew Collegiate Institute's Wall of Achievement has a new inductee coming. 2018's inductee is Dr. Peter Rapphorst, who's being honored for his dedicated work in the science and medical fields. Adam Nowak is the chair of the RCI Wall of Achievement Committee. He explains what the Wall of Achievement hopes to do.
Best local news story.
And the winner is Romano DeFranco! Thank you, everybody. It is a really, really big honor for me to be here this evening. And this year gave a lot of hope. Special thanks goes out to my mom and dad and my professors that I had this year. And most importantly, I want to thank all the students in Algonquin College for helping me win the local news story. Thank you very much, everybody.
CKDJ weather.
There's a rainfall warning in effect for the Ottawa area. Heavy rain is expected. Combine that with the fact that the ground is still frozen and can't really absorb the rainfall, and you have a recipe for flooding. The heavy rains will continue in the Easter weekend. We could see anywhere from 25 to 50 millimeters of rainfall by Saturday morning. The rain might continue, just adding to the problems. There is a chance of localized flooding in low-lying areas, and downpours can cause flash floods and water pooling on roads. As for this evening, there will be cloudy with a 60% chance of showers. The low will be +2. Right now, it's a balmy 16 degrees.
New music now on CKDJ 107.9.
I would like to give a shout out to one of my loyal listeners, Lena. In the meantime, here's Waters Overwhelmed by Krista Jane. CKDJ 107.9, Ottawa's new music. That was Waters Overwhelmed by Krista Jane. In case you guys don't know, there's something about Punjabi hockey that I would love to talk to you guys about. Now, these guys, they come from northern India, I believe. These people, they began broadcasting the Punjabi games in 2008. So that was 11 years ago to date. And when I first discovered Punjabi hockey, at first I thought it was French for a minute. And my family was like, bro, that's not even close. I mean, don't you even understand the language you're speaking? That's Punjabi, for crying out loud. And ever since that day, I've always loved watching Punjabi hockey, and I love this show. And now, for the heart and soul call by Hanaraya Singh, Nick Bonino.
CKDJ traffic.
One of the great things about doing an evening show is that there are hardly any collisions to talk about. Today is no different. There are no incidents to report at this time, so it's smooth sailing out there. Let's keep it that way, Ottawa drivers. But if you do see anything happening on the roads tonight, then call me at the hotline at 613-750-2535 or tweet us at #OTTTraffic. Well, guys, it's not that long before the Ottawa champions open up their season against the New Jersey Jackals. Mark May 17th on your calendar as we look forward to see Seb Boucher as the new manager of your Ottawa champions. And by the way, didn't I tell you that they recently re-signed Steve Brown to a contract after 2 months to the date that he was released? Here's Long Night by Cast in Cadence. CKDJ 107.9, Ottawa's new music. That was Long Night by Cast in Cadence. Okay, so earlier I told you that I was nominated for one of the Algonquin Radio Awards and that I didn't win. So really, Matthew Vernon beat me out for the top local news story. That's okay because he's a second-year student and I'm a first-year student. The big winners of the night were Vaughn Prunster and Amy Hanna, who tied for the best second-year student. Eve Doyle won for best first-year student. Mike Sarkisian was one of the winners of the best morning show. I can see Mike outside the student window. Congratulations, Mike. Don't worry, loyal listeners. I'll be back with a vengeance next year, and I plan on taking home some hardware. I am Ramon DeFranco, and that's it for me, guys. It's time for me to sign off. Thanks for listening, guys, and hope you guys think that my show was awesome and very funny. But I'm going to leave you guys with Darkness by Dangerous.